Please subscribe, like and share this content. It means a lot to us. Thank you in advance. Cornell Law School, U.C.C, Article 4, Bank Deposits and Collections, Part 1, General Provisions and Definitions. Paragraph 4106. Payable through or payable at bank. Collecting bank. A. If an item states that it is payable through a bank identified in the item, I. The item designates the bank as a collecting bank and does not by itself authorize the bank to pay the item, and 2. The item may be presented for payment only by or through the bank. Alternative A. B. If an item states that it is payable at a bank identified in the item is equivalent to a draft drawn on the bank. Alternative B. If an item states that it is payable at a bank identified in the item, I. The item designates the bank as a collecting bank and does not by itself authorize the bank to pay the item, and 2. The item may be presented for payment only by or through the bank. C. If a draft names a non-bank drawee and it is unclear whether a bank named in the draft is a co-drawee or a collecting bank, the bank is a collecting bank. Paragraph 4107. Separate office of bank. A branch or separate office of a bank is a separate bank for the purpose of computing the time within which and determining the place at or to which action may be taken or notice or orders must be given under this article and under Article 3. Paragraph 4108. Time of receipt of items. A. For the purpose of allowing time to process items, prove balances, and make the necessary entries on its books to determine its position for the day, a bank may fix an afternoon hour of 2 p.m. or later as a cutoff hour for the handling of money and items and the making of entries on its books. B. An item or deposit of money received on any day after a cutoff hour, so fixed or after the close of the banking day, may be treated as being received at the opening of the next banking day. Paragraph 4109. Delays. A. Unless otherwise instructed, a collecting bank in a good faith effort to secure payment of a specific item drawn on a payer other than a bank, and with or without the approval of any person involved, may waive, modify, or extend time limits imposed or permitted by this Act for a period not exceeding 2 additional banking days without discharge of drawers or endorsers or liability to its transferor or prior party. B. Delay by a collecting bank or payer bank beyond time limits prescribed or permitted by this Act or by instructions is excused if I. The delay is caused by interruption of communication or computer facilities, suspension of payments by another bank, war, emergency conditions, failure of equipment, or other circumstances beyond the control of the bank, and 2. The bank exercises such diligence as the circumstances require. Paragraph 4110. Electronic presentment. A. Agreement for electronic presentment means an agreement, clearinghouse rule, or Federal Reserve regulation or operating circular, providing that presentment of an item may be made by transmission of an image of an item or information describing the item, presentment notice rather than delivery of the item itself. The agreement may provide for procedures governing retention, presentment, payment, dishonor, and other matters concerning items subject to the agreement. B. Presentment of an item pursuant to an agreement for presentment is made when the presentment notice is received. C. If presentment is made by presentment notice, a reference to item or check in this article means the presentment notice unless the context otherwise indicates. Paragraph 4111. Statute of limitations. An action to enforce an obligation, duty, or right arising under this article must be commenced within 3 years after the cause of action accrues.